Peace, family. If somebody was to write a movie script and depicted the United States being in a state where you have elected a felon as president of the United States, pedophiles in administration throughout, this level of corruption, you wouldn't be able to sell a ticket. There's no way on earth you could convince an audience to willfully pay to watch this crap. Yet we have 300 million people in this country paying taxes for the same government. This is absolutely unheard of. And how you have the three stooges of incompetence, of stupidity, all in the same circle. Here you have these Epstein files that's being released. I'm not even going to mention the fact that they have collected over 6 million incidents associated with this man's behavior and have made only 2 arrests. To use the FBI in that fashion is beyond incompetence. You've abandoned whatever duty that you had to accumulate that much evidence, and you only have 2 people incarcerated. But you know what? Like I said, I'm not even going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the fact that here we have Donald Trump, who claimed that he knew nothing about Epstein's behavior. And let's just take what he says 100% true. He knew nothing about Epstein and his global sex trafficking ring. He just knew he was just a strange guy, whatever, somebody he kicked out of his club a long time ago. That's all Donald Trump knew. Then when you look at Donald Trump's, I think it's an economic advisor, Howard Ludwig, whatever his name is. This is the guy that said that he knows when somebody gets on Social Security, that's a fraud. And how he can do that is all you got to do is stop a payment. Anybody who complains because they didn't get their Social Security check on the first of the month, they're frauds. That's all this man needs to know, whether you're fraudulent, cheating the system or not. Just complain on missing one payment. This is the same Howard Ludwig who said that Jeffrey Epstein lived right next door to him. And when he went to his home, he seen that Jeffrey Epstein had a massage table in the middle of his living room. And he was talking about something, yeah, I get a massage every day. And yes, that kind of massage. Howard Ludwig said that just based on that conversation alone, he knew that this guy was somebody he didn't want to be associated with. He didn't want him and his wife to be around. And that was the only interview, that was the only time that you supposedly interacted with him. I listened to this man's interview myself. He flat out said that was the only time, the only dealings he had with Jeffrey Epstein. And now when they didn't release the tapes, now he didn't change the story. And then now you have this other guy, Lex Wessner, supposed to be some retail mogul or whoever. Now here this guy claiming that Jeffrey Epstein was some type of Olympian con man. He fooled him. He didn't have a clue who Jeffrey Epstein was really and what he was really up to. These are men, every last one of them. Moe, Larry, Curly, who was who, out of you decide. But for some reason, all these guys that accomplish these great things in life, they command great wealth, yet they were all duped by Jeffrey Epstein. And this Lex Wexner guy, his name is so prominent in these Epstein files. They said that there would be no Jeffrey Epstein. There would be no island, no nothing if it wasn't for this Wexner guy. So that made me think. Lex Wexner said on his interview with his lawyer, and as his lawyer was whispered in his ear, he said, "I will effing kill you if you answer this question with more than 5 words." This is what his lawyer said to him. Lex Wexner said that Jeffrey Epstein, like I say, was a con man, tricked him. He didn't know. I'm asking myself, how do you con a billionaire? How do you con a billionaire? Then you have to ask yourself, how do you con anybody, first of all? You have to con a person by offering them something that they don't have themselves. And with the vast majority of people, that would be money. So now how do Jeffrey Epstein, who had no money, con a billionaire? You have to offer him something that he don't have. And what would that be? In my humble opinion, it would be access to young girls. And you made a pathway for this through Wexner. You were able to satisfy his desire for young girls through whatever mechanism that Jeffrey Epstein could obtain on his own. And over the years, according to these Epstein files, there wouldn't be no global network of sex trafficking if it wasn't for the funds that they. And even on top of that, Donald Trump himself said that they had over 47,000 wire transfers into one account by Jeffrey Epstein. That accounted for over $1 billion. And as the congressman said right there on the congressional floor, each one of these wire transfers is a reason to investigate Donald Trump. So now you have the FBI, you done accumulated over 6 million documents of inappropriate behavior associated by or around Jeffrey Epstein, and you only arrested 2 people. And now you're showing 47,000 plus wire transfers for over $1 billion. And you want to now investigate Donald Trump on each and every one of them, just one person? You know, like I say, you could not sell this type of incompetence in any movie script. Comedy, action, whatever. But yet we are sitting up here paying. This is the type of government that we're paying for. You know, this is, like I say, this is beyond ridiculous that we got these type of people in office right now. That's right now deciding your education, your history, your health, your jobs, your cost of living, your wages. This is the best. After 250 years, this country will be in a couple of months. This is the best that we have after all this experience, all this knowledge. These are the people. You know what? I'm gonna end this video here. This is ridiculous. As always, these are my thoughts, my opinions. I invite you to leave yours in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Ashe.